Good morning. I am Madhurima Datta, Zoology and Biology Educational Content Creators. Today's content for B.Sc Zoology Honors, M.Sc Zoology, CUT exam UG and PG for Zoology and CSIRNET Life Sciences. This paper is non-coordinates or diversity of life form, unit Protista, and topic is Toxoplasma and Plasmodium. For the playlist of B.Sc and 9, 10, 11, 12, please subscribe my channel Biogenesis by Madhurima. At first, we know about the Toxoplasma gondii. A similar life cycle occurs in Toxoplasma gondii, a parasite of cats, but this species produces extraintestinal stages as well as it is responsible for the disease is toxoplasmosis. Mechanism of the disease spread in animals. When rodents, cattle, sheep, humans, many other animals or even birds ingest sporozoites, the sporozoites cross from the intestine and begin rapid asexual reproduction in a variety tissue. As the host mount an immunoresponse, reproduction of the zooids slow, and they become enclosed in tough tissue cysts. The zooids, now called bradyzoids, accumulate in the large number in each tissue cyst. Next, bradyzoids are infective for other hosts, including cats, where they can initiate the intestinal cycle in a cat that cat's infected prey. Bradyzoids can remain viable and infective for months or years, and it is estimated that 1/3 of the world's human population carries tissue cysts containing bradyzoids in their body. Next, pathogenicity of the toxoplasma. The normal route of infection of human is apparently consumption of infect meat that is insufficiently cooked. In humans, toxoplasma causes little or no ill Sapin AIDS patients or in women infected during pregnancy. Particularly in this first trimester, such infection greatly increase the chances of a birth defect in the baby. It is now believed that 2% of all mental retardation in the US is a result of the congenital toxoplasmosis. Next, toxoplasmosis can also be a serious disease in persons who are immunosuppressed either beyond. In such patients, rupture of a tissue cyst which would be contained easily in a person with a reproductive system becomes a source of life-threatening infection. Next, Plasmodium species, that is the malarial organism. The best known coccidians are Plasmodium species, causative organism of the most important infectious disease of humans, malaria. Malaria is a very serious disease, difficult to control and widespread, particularly in tropical and subtropical countries. 4 species of Plasmodium infecting humans are Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malaria, and Plasmodium ovale. Although each species produces its own peculiar clinical picture, all 4 similar cycle of development in their host. This picture is copied from the Hickman zoology books. Next, life cycle of Plasmodium. The parasite is carried by mosquito, that is the Anopheles mosquito. So, which is the carrier of the Plasmodium species? This is female Anopheles mosquito. And sporozoites are injected into a human with the insect saliva during its bite. Sporozoites penetrate liver cells and initiate the zygogony. In Plasmodium falciparum, a single sporozoite produces up to 40,000 merozoites by zygogony. The products of the division then enter other liver cells to repeat the zygogonous cycle, or in Plasmodium falciparum. They penetrate red blood cells after only one cycle in the liver. The period when the parasites are in the liver is the incubation period, and it lasts from 6 to 15 days, depending on the species of Plasmodium. In Plasmodium vivax, malaria and Plasmodium ovale, malaria episodes occurs every 48 hours in Plasmodium malaria. Every 72 hours. In Plasmodium falciparum, that is the malignant tertian malaria, about every 48 hours through the Synchrony is less well defined in the species. People usually recover from infections with the first 3 species, but mortality is high in untreated cause of Plasmodium falciparum infection. Sometimes grave complications such as cerebral malaria occurs. Unfortunately, Plasmodium falciparum is the most common species, accounting for 50% of all malaria in the world. Certain genes, for example, the gene for the sickle cell hemoglobin. After some cycles of cytogony in red blood cell, infection of the new cells by some of the merozoites causes production of microgametocytes and macrogametocytes rather than the another generation of merozoites. When gametocytes are ingested by a mosquito feeding on a patient's blood, they mature into gametes and fertilization occurs. The zygote become a motile ookinete which penetrates the stomach wall of the mosquito and become an oocyte. Within the oocyte, sporogony occurs and the thousands of sporozoites are produced. The oocytes rupture and sporozoites migrate to the salivary glands from which they are transferred to a human by a bite of the mosquito. Next, development in a mosquito requires 7 to 18 days, but may be longer in cool weather. 41% of the Earth's people live in the malarial region. Elimination of mosquitoes and their breeding places by the insecticide drainage and the other methods has been effective in controlling malaria in some areas. Next, death rate. However, difficulties in performing such activities in remote areas and areas suffering civil unrest and acquisition of resistance to insecticide by mosquitoes and to anti-malarial drug by Plasmodium, especially Plasmodium falciparum, mean that malaria will be a serious disease of humans for a long time to come. Global estimates of death causes by the malaria range from 7 lakh to over 2 million, with 75% of such deaths being the African children. Other species of the Plasmodium parasites, birds, reptiles, and mammals, those birds are transmitted chiefly by the Culex mosquito. Today's topic has ended. Next day, I will discuss about the phylum Porifera. Please follow my channel, and if you have any request, please comment my video.